make sure you pledge to the Joe Budden Network Patreon. Make sure you watch Flip the Script podcast and the Joe Budden podcast. Yes, yes, I hear it. I hear the people. I hear the people talk. I hear a lot of you talking. Flipping ish. Are they gonna fight? Is his muffin gonna get cracked? Are they gonna fight each other? We're doing our job. And I'm not here to get into the minds of you. No. You think whatever you want to think. It makes for great entertainment. We're here to do our job. But what I'm here to teach you is this, that what I meant. Because, I break the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th wall. But I call this breaking the 5th wall. And I want to talk about the recent Patreon episode that came out. Not the recent one, but the one before the recent one that came out. Content over everything. Now, a lot of people first and foremost, let me shout out to Ish and Ice for doing a tremendous job. You see, a lot of you don't know how to be a team player. Sometimes people are put in positions to make others be greater. And not make them be greater, but you can get influenced by someone else by watching how they move and sitting there and being comfortable. You see, the environment that we're in is comfortable and we all cool and we speak. Well, I'm going to speak. And they've been speaking. But I'm going to let you guys think what you want to think. I think that's great. I think it's perfect. You're doing a good job. But here at Break the 5th Wall, and I told Joe this when I spoke to him, nobody could change what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put it in perspective. Now, we were talking about content over everything. You see me, I had a hard life. I've been stabbed 5 times, jaw broke. See, I saw they lined it up perfect. I had an overbite, so jaw broke, shot, jumped, chased, all the things that you can imagine in my life, and I found a way out in comedy and music. So at first I did a song called She Smells Like the Sea, a remix to The Little Mermaid. Shout out to Black House Studio, Pooh. Pooh had a studio in the Coliseum. Then I started doing Get Light music, which you can see the Chicken Noodle Soup Queens mix, which have 3 million. It looked like it was recorded on the Sidekick. It looked like it was recorded on the beeper. Then from there I had a T-Mobile deal, and from there my life progressed. And because of all the things I went through in my childhood, growing up in Brooklyn, growing up on East 93rd between Winthrop and Rutland, growing up on Green Avenue, keep moving, then to Queens, all this stuff, I had to find a way to change who I am. What do you mean by that? That's why I'm grateful for Webb and Nitty. You see, Webb, even though my mother, my father used to be, let me just share something. My father used to be mad at my mother for leaving us at my grandmother's house all late at night or picking us up late. And when I got older, my mother wasn't outside being a jump off. My mother wasn't outside doing nothing. My mother was outside getting her master's. My mother was leaving us at our grandmother's house getting her master's and pursuing an education. So as a kid, of course, you want these things, and I gave so much trouble. I've been through 11 schools. I got a lot of trouble. I did all this. That's why, when my mother finally put me in the school where they beat me, they gave the attention that was needed for me to progress. But each one teach one, but I'll get to that later. So, of course, and as a kid, you mad, your mother not there. But then when you realize that she was not there because she was, she was always there. We would always see her and we lived together, but the late night stuff because she was going to college. She was a single mother doing this. My father was around. I love him to death. But it made me respect her more getting older. So out of all the situations I've been through as a child, I had to find a way out. And I was grateful for Webb because Webb and Nitty and them let me realize how important family is and not to choose the street path. And even though I chose it, it was people that I looked up to that was still in my mind nah, you go this way. You want this? Take this, not the money. They believed in me before I believed into myself. Webb did. You don't need to do that, sell drugs. AK, Ja, KP, who else? Hypo, Marley, rest in peace. They believed in Trevor, TJ, Queenzflip, Lionheart. They believed in this. So I say that to say, I always had it in my mind. Let me bring it full circle. In my mind to go to a different direction, to find a different way out. So I chose comedy. I chose doing what I do. So I chose content over everything. I chose putting myself, I don't mind falling on the sword. I fell off roofs before. If you watch my video, I jumped into a truck in Jamaica. I set myself on fire. Do I regret them things? No. When I look back, it's like, I don't want to do that no more this far, but I don't regret it because it made me who I am today. So that's why I live my content over everything, because I'm not ashamed of who I am. I walk around, take my hat off, bald-headed, in the street, taco meat out. I don't care, being who I am. Never do I change who I am. So that's why I live my content over everything. Ish and Ice is not that way. And I know I brought you guys around the merry-go-round. They're not that way. But I see that I'm an influence on them and they're an influence on me. They're a bigger influence on me to make me go and do better research. Make me go and stop misusing words and articulate better. We help each other. It's ping pong, bong, 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 bong. So when a lot of you be like, yo, they going at it, what do you mean? I was telling Ish that they don't believe in content over everything, but I was telling him by him putting up the picture while there's 6 of us now, of 4 people, it causes people to talk. It builds the algorithm. It gets it going. I don't feel no way about that. They were there first. I don't feel no way about it. They were there first. I'm not mad about them or him putting a picture. Nah, we don't do that. I don't feel that way. I'm comfortable in who I am. I could take all the bumps, wrestling term, all the bumps I can, because I know I can be a champion. I can make myself a champion at any time. And that's not how team work. It's not each one teach one. See, many of you are attempting to cause chaos. But what you don't realize by causing the chaos is that this organization and this venture is carefully constructed and planned. And, consequently, our purpose is to aid one another. And it's to aid one another in achieving greatness. This is why we're number one. This is why the Joe Budden podcast is number one with all of us. So when he put that out, it's not a beef thing or you mad at him and you trying to attack him. No, I think it's amazing. I'm just trying to show him that gets the algorithm going. That gets it pumping. That gets it great. Once you post that, they all going to talk because there's 6 people there now. It's 6 of us. So of course, he don't mean nothing by it, and he fixed the key. He didn't need to do that. But that's why I like, because we can talk to each other. You see, and I'm going to let y'all think what y'all want to think. I'm going to let y'all think what y'all want to think. And there's nothing wrong with it. I think you guys motivate me to do the 5th wall breaking. But I want to let you know that I do not feel away or anything about, this is an organization. It's planned. It's constructed well. What Joe building over there to watch a plan come together is amazing. We each know our role, but we are there to influence each other. That's how it should be. Each one teach one. Lend one, reach one. I said, I don't gotta be with Roxy Reynolds in order to beat one. You say you the man? Well, be one. It's shining outside, but that's little man over there. I see sun. Nah, let me stop. But all jokes aside, we got this. So I broke the 5th wall. I'm gonna do another one on the NBA YoungBoy one. Stay tuned for that. I'm dropping that tomorrow. But I just want to let y'all know that we all got this. We understand what we're doing. And just allow us to be who we are. Queens.